Hi, this is Mark again. Welcome back for another video from QM Kung Fu, and we are going to be talking about the training principles of the Wooden Man. I just got 3 to finish off for today, but they're all quite important. Okay, so number 1, power improvement cannot be predicted. This is a really useful and training maxim and a psychological boost, which is rare in Chinese martial arts. Chinese martial arts, in my experience with traditional teachers, has been one of the most frustrating and depressing things, because you're never praised. You always just have to work harder. Even when you do it well, they're like, still got to work on this. And also you don't never see yourself getting better, especially if you're training in a small group or one-to-one with a Chinese teacher. They will just beat you down every class and show you how bad you are, and it's like you don't realize that you're getting better because they're still they're so far ahead of you. When you come in to train with them, they every time feels the same. It just feels like, say for example when I first started table fighting and doing private classes, doing that, I jump up, bam, down, 5-10 seconds, bang, down again, and it was always the same. But what was happening is he was having to turn up the level. He was having to, he was slowly having to work harder, but none of that was communicated to me. It was just like, got to work on that. So this is a rare psychological booster here, which is that don't stress out about it. Power improvement, Jing improvement, it's non-linear, right? It doesn't just it's not like a lot of the technique stuff. It's like, oh, I'm kind of getting this technique, and then now I train harder, I've just learned more, right? Beginners just feel this way when they first start training. Like everything is new, everything is just like, I'm just learning the whole time. Power development is often not like that. Yeah, in some aspects you can get steady gains. It's like, I can do more push-ups than I used to, or my horse stance can stay longer, but it doesn't translate into your punching strength and ability to deliver force in a linear fashion, right? So there's sudden wake up moments where you're like, oh man, like I can do that thing now. The punch works, and before it just felt rubbish, and now it works, right? So stick at your training, and don't get disappointed when you're not like throwing crazy awesome knockout punches, even though you've been training really hard. Okay, the next one. The arm bridge sticks to the hands of the Wooden Man while moving. Adhesion power will be achieved when. I've messed that one up. Let's start that again. The arm bridge sticks to the hands of the Wooden Man while moving. Adhesion power, when achieved, will be a threatening force. Okay, let's have another go at that. So yeah, the arm bridge sticks to the hands of the Wooden Man while moving, and adhesion power, when achieved, will be a threatening force. Okay, so arm bridge sticks to the hands of the Wooden Man while moving. This is important, this is critical, and it's been emphasized again in an earlier maxim. So, maintain close contact, stick with the Wooden Man. There are 2 ways of playing the Wooden Man. So there is Pak Zhong, which is where you're trying to transmit force and power into it, but not just smack it around indiscriminately and bruise your arms. That's not the purpose of it. And then the second one, which is emphasized here, is Qi Zhong, which means sticking, clinging to the stick, clinging to the Zhong. And this is very, very important. So you've got to make sure that you're in close contact with it. You're making the quickest movements between points where you must break, or sticking with it the whole time, right? And then what it's saying is, okay, so you're doing this, but why are you doing this? Is adhesion power, when achieved, will be a threatening force. So if you have the ability to maintain in contact and stick to the center of mass of your opponent, whilst you're taking all these crazy and intricate steps and hand techniques, it will be incredibly threatening and devastating. So and it totally does work. So people are not expecting close quarter striking that is powerful, and that is really what Wing Chun is about, and all Southern internal martial arts actually. It is close quarter striking, and closer than people think. So in a clinch, in a grapple, having the ability to not have your center compromised and to move and step freely and control the opponent's center and then strike from that distance is incredibly dangerous and threatening. So that's the end outcome of this type of training. Okay, and the last one. Power can be released in the intended manner. Use of the line and position will be proper and hard to defeat. Okay, good. So just a sort of solid technical one to finish off with. So power can be released in the intended manner. So just do it. Learn how to release power properly. Really, the key point of the Zhong is releasing power from, essentially almost when you're touching it already. So you don't wind up and do a palm strike, right? The finger is almost touching, and then bang, the strike lands, right? So it's a short distance, or what they call inch power in Chinese martial arts training. And like I said before, this is one of the key components of the Zhong. You will develop your inch punch and your floating punch and all those kind of things if you train it properly. Yeah. So power can be released in the intended manner. So go for it. Once you have the ability to release short distance power into the Zhong, train it. It's a form of resistance training for that. Do it, right? And then the next one is use of the line and position will be proper and hard to defeat. And again, this is just re-emphasizing that it's the close distance stepping, turning footwork with correct ability to take lines will threaten your opponents and will be devastating when combined with short distance power. So that's the Wooden Man. Train hard, 108 or 116 moves, depending on who you are. Have a go. I am intending to put up some videos on the Wooden Man. I've been doing it quite a lot with some of my private students here in Sutton. So expect to see some. I'll also do probably the air form as well, for those of you that don't have a Wooden Man, because it is a bulky bit of kit, and not everyone has access to them. Okay. Alright, cheers guys, thanks very much. Train hard and see you next time.